Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. I just wanted to do a quick little video about some unfortunate Power Rangers news, which is that Shane of Ninja Storm, Pua Magasiva, I'm sorry, it's one of those names I've never heard out loud, so if I'm butchering it, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, offend anybody or anything, but unfortunately he passed away a couple days ago. Super sad news, and I just wanted to do a little video talking about my favorite Shane moments to sort of, commemorate the character. We've had a handful of Power Rangers related deaths over the years. This one really took me by surprise and kind of hit me hard the other day though, because Ninja Storm has always been an important season to me, and when you see somebody so young, it's such a surprise. And I was thinking it's kind of unfortunate that I think he was one of the Disney actors that didn't go around to cons that much, so he didn't really get to see how much fans would have appreciated him, because I know of a lot of actors that haven't done the con circuit that end up going to one or hearing about one and are really surprised by how much their work affected people, and it's kind of unfortunate he never ended up doing that, or that he didn't get asked back for anything, because we had some chances in Ninja Steel and stuff like that. So yeah, it's super unfortunate situation, but just in honor of that, instead of making a video just kind of being depressing, I thought it would be maybe kind of a little bit of a nice thing to share my favorite Shane moments, because I really do enjoy Shane's character. Like I said, Ninja Storm's always been a special favorite of mine. It's probably one of the PR series that brings me the most joy. And then, I encourage you in the comments to share your favorite Shane memories, or maybe you got the chance to meet him in person. I never did. I'm not sure if he ever did any cons. I feel like he probably did some. I saw actually quite a few Ranger actors talking about having met him, some that were from seasons before and after him. Like, I didn't even know he met them, and apparently he was really super welcoming and nice to them if they were, going to be Rangers, or just, basically I've only heard good things is the point of that. But I always liked Shane as a character because he kind of was the start of something I really liked about the Disney era, where we had these more imperfect Reds. Because for so long, sort of the standard was to have this sort of perfect, chisel of a hero, and I liked that Shane had all the qualities of a good leader and a good Red Ranger, but it wasn't perfectly refined. He had a hard time, listening to his teammates at first, and I think it was the first episode after the pilot, and kind of had to learn and grow to sort of refine the traits he already had. And I kind of liked that. I feel like that he felt unique. It was kind of a weird way of saying that, but in the fact that he, like I said, he had those qualities, but you kind of had to see him refine them. And I felt like, along with the other, members of the core trio, I feel like you really saw them grow over the course of the series. And he had a bunch of really standout moments. I mean, just to start with, because honestly, it's one of my all-time favorite Power Rangers moments ever, was in the Ninja Storm finale when they're fighting Lothor, and he takes their powers, and they all stand up, and Shane says, "We may not be Power Rangers, but we still have power." And that's just a really good line, and he delivers it with such, power. He really delivered that line, and I get chills every time I rewatch that scene. I love that moment, because I always like the moments in civilian fights when the Rangers don't have the option to morph, because I think that's a little more inspiring. The fact that despite the fact that they can't morph, they're still fighting anyway, and I think that moment really defined that, and I love that moment. And then when they all roll call and take him out, that's probably my all-time favorite Shane moment. Again, it's probably one of my all-time favorite PR moments. I also really did like his Battleizer story with Shayla. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I always thought that was kind of unique, and I liked the way that was structured. Another standout in that season, standout episode / story, as far as Shane goes, I think was with his brother. I'm always kind of a sucker for those moments where a friend or loved one finds out someone's a Ranger and they get to see him morph. But I really liked that story because it was kind of that classic story of, a family member having certain expectations of how someone should live their life. And, Shane's obviously doing something good with his life, but he can't share it, and then he gets to see, the good his brother's doing, and I always really liked that episode. I thought it was a really standout one. This is a kind of more of a funny line, but that's one that goes around a lot. Actually, one of the few PR things you see sometimes show up in outside of fandom memes, but when they're fighting the Thunder Rangers, and they're like, "Oh, who do we fight?" And he's like, "Anybody not wearing a primary color." I really liked that moment too. I also thought he did a good job of kind of playing an evil version too, because I was thinking about it. We got sort of two chances to see that when they were mind-controlled in the Dino Thunder team-up, and then when we did the I Love Lothar episode, so I think he did a good job at both sides of that. those are just a few of my favorite Shane memories. Like I said, the We Have Power one always stands out to me. I really like the Battleizer storyline, and I always loved his episode with his brother. But what are your guys' favorite moments? Just in the comments below, you know, share your favorite Shane moments or lines, or maybe a story if you actually ever got to meet him in person. But yeah, I just felt weird not acknowledging it in some way. So yeah, just like I said, share your memories. You know, we can all kind of talk about the positive impact that he had on our fandom. You know, it's one of those moments I'm kind of proud to be a part of the fandom, to see everybody share their memories and sort of, you know, come together. But anyway, that's about it for this one. Until next time, it's Dawson Ryder, signing out.